The history of food is laced with warnings and dire consequences, whether it is due to the toxicity found in some plants or the deadly mixtures created by incorrect preparation. Think about this. An incredible number of lives are lost annually as a result of unintentional exposure to these dangerous drugs. Statistics show a grim reality. Food poisoning occurrences account for a sizable part of fatalities. However, have you ever wondered what these dangerous foods are in reality? The horrifying reality is that these dangerous foods are dispersed throughout the world, frequently going undetected because of our general ignorance. Here's a carefully picked list of 6 strange foods that could kill you if you eat them, in hopes of raising awareness of this important subject. Keep your cool and don't rush out of there since, aside from learning something you've never heard of before, you never know when this information can come in handy. Number 1. Fugu. Fugu, sometimes referred to as pufferfish or blowfish, is a specialty of Japanese cooking. It is renowned for its lethal venom, even though it has a pleasant flavor. Toxin, a strong neurotoxin, is the poison present in fugu. Remarkably, an adult human can be killed by as little as 1 to 2 milligrams of this poison. That is around the size of a pinhead, to put things in perspective. The principal effect of this toxin is on the neurological system, resulting in paralysis and, in extreme situations, respiratory failure and death. Eating fugu that even slightly contains tetrodotoxin can cause a number of serious side effects. In the early stages, the lips and extremities may feel numb or tingling. As the poison spreads, it results in breathing difficulties, muscle weakness, and sometimes total paralysis. If medical attention is delayed, death may happen in a matter of hours. It's imperative to only eat fugu prepared by certified and experienced chefs who know exactly how to prepare the fish. Furthermore, make sure the fish is consistently obtained from reliable sources and thoroughly examined for any indications of contamination. When in doubt, err on the side of caution and stay away from fugu entirely. Number 2. Ackee. Ackee came from Africa and was brought to Jamaica in the 18th century. Ackee fruit is a mainstay of Jamaican cooking, frequently cooked with fish and consumed for breakfast. Unripe seeds and meat of the ackee plant contain a poisonous chemical called hypoglycin A, which is a lesser-known characteristic about the plant. Ackee has hypoglycin, a concentrations as high as 1,000 ppm parts per million. Parts of ackee that contain hypoglycemic agents can be fatal or cause severe health consequences, including abrupt liver failure, convulsions, and seizures. Loss of consciousness and nausea are possible symptoms. Make sure the ackee is completely ripe before cooking it to reduce the risk. It is necessary to remove the ackee seeds completely, as they are unsafe to consume. Eat the ackee flesh and arrows only after they are completely ripe and have opened on their own. Before enjoying this dish, make sure you know how to recognize and safely prepare ackee. Elderberries are number 3. The elder tree, which is a member of the family Caprifoliaceae, is the source of elderberries, commonly referred to as black elderberries. This tree, well known for its delectable flavor and nutritious content, is widespread in Europe and North America. Elderberries work well in a variety of dishes, especially in jams and juices. Elderberries are full of good nutrients, but they also contain cyanide, which is dangerous. Cyanogenic glycosides, which are mostly found in the plant's seeds and leaves, are a source of cyanide. Unripe or badly prepared elderberries can have dangerous quantities of cyanide. Consuming too much cyanide might have detrimental effects on one's health. Ingesting cyanide can cause nausea, migraines, and even death. The elderly and children are especially susceptible to negative consequences. Heat processing elderberries is a good way to reduce the danger of cyanide poisoning. Thoroughly boiling, juicing, or frying elderberries might lessen their cyanide toxicity. Elderberries can be safely used by making sure the berries are fully ripe and buying them from reputable suppliers. Number 4. Unprocessed honey. Raw honey, an organic source of when bees gather nectar from flowers and store it in the hive without heating or cold filtering it. It's thought that raw honey has several nutrients and helpful enzymes in addition to acting as a natural sweetener. Raw honey has many health advantages, but it can also contain dangerous toxins like botulinum toxin. This toxin can be created in anaerobic conditions and is frequently detected in soil. When stored in hazardous settings, the quantities of this substance in honey might increase and cause health hazards. Severe consequences from botulinum toxin include paralysis of the muscles, blindness, and even death. The effects of this toxin are especially harmful to kids and the elderly. Purchase honey from reliable suppliers, look for safety certification markings, and store it at the right temperature to reduce dangers. Consult medical experts if you have any concerns about safety. 5. Rhubarb leaves. Rhubarb leaves are produced by the rhubarb plant and have a vivid green color and unique form. Rhubarb was first cultivated in Asia for medical uses, but in the 18th century, it became well-liked as a culinary component in Europe. Few people are aware that rhubarb leaves have the extremely poisonous compound oxalic acid. As a matter of fact, their quantities of oxalic acid can reach as high as 0.5%. If consumed, this hazardous chemical presents a serious risk to one's health. When oxalic acid is consumed, it can cause nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and potentially kidney damage as symptoms of poisoning. In extreme situations, it might be lethal. Pets and children are especially susceptible to its effects. Always throw away rhubarb leaves and concentrate on eating just the stalks to prevent unintentional oxalic acid consumption. In order to reduce the danger of exposure, be sure that appropriate handling and storage procedures are followed. Number 6. Cassava. Originating in South America, cassava, often called manioc or yuca, has long been a staple food. Few are aware that cassava can contain up to 1 gram of cyanogenic glycosides per kilogram, specifically laumarin. These substances have the ability to release the lethal toxin cyanide when taken with cassava. When cyanide from cassava is consumed, it can result in cyanide poisoning, which can cause symptoms like headaches, nausea, and in extreme situations, death. Damage to the nervous system may also arise from chronic intake. Cassava should be thoroughly processed before consumption in order to reduce the risk. Peeling, soaking, and long cooking are required to lower the cyanide content. Furthermore, eating a variety of dishes with cassava can help counteract any potential toxicity. In conclusion, it may seem insignificant to disregard the existence of these 6 strange foods, which can be dangerous if ingested, particularly in places like the United States where they are uncommon. But it's important to understand that having knowledge about such threats goes beyond national borders. Because of how globalized our society has become, people can come across a wide range of ingredients and cuisines from around the world. Essentially, knowledge serves as a defense against unanticipated dangers,